Yes, you are a first-class professional, and you did your job. One would have hoped that higher up the chain, someone would have said, this being in 2 years after, or 3 years after the attacks on the embassies, and after the director of CIA had declared war on al-Qaeda, and all of the American lives that had been lost in various attacks the previous decade, that someone would have said, above your level, we need to have the FBI come in, and perhaps CIA, to talk to this guy. Because, you know, your initial reaction was valid. You didn't know he was obviously up to no good. He was a Saudi. He was certainly in the prime suspect area. Why was he just sent back? I'm talking about above your level. Why didn't somebody call the FBI and say, you may want to talk to this guy? Is the relationship at the working level good enough between FBI and border security? Was it then, and is it now? Is there any relationship between, for instance, your team at Orlando and CIA? Is there a way to call them in?
Yes, sir. Well, the reason that we didn't contact the FBI or any other agency at that time, I tell you the truth, it never went through our mind. Our main intention was to refuse the entry, just ensure that he didn't make that entry to the United States. That was my main concern at that time. Number two, I didn't have any grounds as far as of the 235, which is refusing to answer on the oath. So at that time, my belief that we didn't have that mentality, you know, to contact the FBI. We didn't have anything. If we have found some documents of something that is related to something that will incriminate the person, yes, we will have contact the FBI.
So the whole framework was one of law enforcement and criminality rather than intelligence and policy.
That is correct, sir. Now, the FBI, we have a great relation with them. We always have. I never spoke to them in reference to this particular case, but I can tell you that they're always on the area. Matter of fact, last couple of days or last couple of weeks, we have some incidents in which we have tip-off and both agents have come up and show up. You know, I think that is an outstanding relation with them.
One last question. If everybody in the chain and all the different agencies involved had been as professional as you were, the attack would not have taken place. Yet, in the statistics, the turnover in the officers now of the new border control combined agencies is about 15%, which is double what it is in the rest of the government. At least it was at the time of 9/11. Is your feeling today that people like yourself are being retained? Is the morale high? Do people want to stay? Or is there still a sense of frustration that is driving good people out? Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Well, it is a small problem that we have, and we're looking forward that get corrected down the line. But we have to understand something. We have 3 legacy units coming to become one, and each one has the individual unique task. And when you have a large family, you know, you don't have a family and then you have a large family at once, then everybody wants to have their own share, or everybody wants to go their own direction. So I foresee that in the future, you know, it will take time, you know, to everybody understand that we are one big family now, and that is coming throughout the whole, you know, United States. It's going to take time, and to determine if people will have a better morale and will want to stay, we'll have to see and wait. Because right now, perception is perhaps this side is getting a large portion of the cake versus this portion is getting less part of the cake. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay.